I unplugged and then I replugged.
Welcome to Zero Hit Points, everybody. It's Wednesday, July still.
Why does Wednesday? Why is it spelled Wednesday?
Man, why do you drive in a parkway?
See?
The 20th of July was how that normally ended. I'm Ryan Miller. He's such sweet thunder.
Bring
Amberg. No, you knew I was gonna go Shakespeare. Because I know your secret now.
you know it was never a secret. There's photos of it somewhere.
Whoa.
There was a picture. There was actually a photo in the newspaper, which was disturbing for so many.
Whoa, you're famous?
I was wearing an outfit and everything.
You were wearing a famous outfit?
It was very famous.
Was this in an actual park? Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Amberg of Shakespeare in the Park fame. Was it in an actual park?
It was.
What was it? Was it numerous plays? Such Sweet Thunder from A Midsummer's Night Dream. Midnight Summer's Dream.
A Midnight in the Garden of Good and Shakespeare.
That's a good movie.
Let's see, we did Taming of the Shrew, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
We did Midsummer.
Ooh.
What was the other one we did?
Does a Shakespeare in the Park normally just do a bunch of Shakespeares in the park?
No, we those were over a course of a period of time.
Okay.
I did it multiple times. I don't know why this is coming up now. This is like 15 years ago.
It's never gonna go away. I'm telling you right now.
That's fine. It was.
The line drawn between Zero Hit Points and Shakespeare has always been a short one.
Well, it's definitely, there's a blur. It's a blurred line, not in a rapey way, but in more of a just, there's a boundary.
Alan Thicke? Robin Thicke. No, it's not.
Remember when Alan Thicke got hit in the head with a hockey puck, and that's what really caused...
Really?
Yeah, he got hit in the face with a hockey puck, and that's actually what really caused... NHL arenas to put up the netting, so because the pucks,
seriously,
yeah, it had happened a bunch of times before to other people. Like he wasn't the first,
but we're talking Alan Thicke here.
But when Alan Thicke finally got hit with the puck, that was they were like, that's it, we can't.
Yeah. No kidding.
What happens if Joanna Kern is here? We could kill the entirety of any potential Growing Pains reunion.
That was the last straw.
It was it. Thankfully,
Alan
he's got an Alan Thicke head, and he survived.
I probably would have gone Robin Thicke with that one.
He's robbing stuff from people.
There it is. All right. Hey. Speaking of Shakespeare, it's been like a week.
Speaking of Shakespeare, I watched a movie with a classically trained Shakespearean actor playing a part that you just never, ever expected this particular guy to play.
I know the answer to this, so I'm not going to say it, but please continue.
No, guess. But guess like you don't know the answer, so that the viewers are like, oh, what could it be? Even he doesn't know. Edit all of that back in.
Yeah, no, it's gone. Sir... Patrick Stewart. I don't know.
Okay.
Green Room.
Man, you know what? That is a remarkable guess. It's almost I can't. I just knocked my phone down. There goes catching Pokemon.
I'm
not.
Be safe.
No. You can't tell me what to do.
You're not being safe right now.
You're not my boss.
You could get hurt.
I could. Green Room, super freaking fantastic film. Man, that was a mean movie. And Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart Esquire, he has all the titles. People don't know that. They know he's a knight.
but he technically has all of
and,
he's an Esquire,
and apparently he's aiming in this movie. He's aiming to be a Grand Wizard, which does make sense with the bald head.
Yeah, did somebody just approach him and were like, "Hey, what if you played a skinhead?"
Do you remember?
Like, okay. The least amount of makeup possible, I'm in.
It was his backup to Professor X. They were like, "Hey, we want you to be okay."
He only does.
But what can I do after
bald
that?
People now.
Yeah, he's like, and then like skinhead. He's like, "Oh, fine."
Yeah, you got me.
I mean, I've got such a good rapport with Ian McKellen now that nobody's going to believe it. Everybody's going to think acting, but whatever.
Am I still telepathic, or do I have to walk that back?
It was a good movie, man. There's one particular scene that a friend of mine he pointed out to me, and I went back and rewatched it, and yeah, it goes into probably my top 10 of the past decade, like scenes. Just utterly perfectly filmed, just fantastic. Also, kind of a bittersweet movie in the sense that it was also one of Anton Yelchin's last movies.
Oh yeah, actually, I was surprised to see who was in there. Yeah, I have it queued up.
It is. I have
it ready to go.
That movie is mean. It is not like Beth went into it and immediately was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish the movie. Because
how early on in the movie did she say that?
Very early, like because once she realized exactly what was going to happen and how it was like what the real where the meat of the plot takes place, she got a little she gets anxious, so she gets a little anxiety with certain types of movies, and this is one of them. She is similar to home invasion movies. She can't really watch them because she gets so anxious about the torture aspect, and it's not the actual pain of the physical. It's the how long does this last before does the hero get out? Like she really does get worried that the hero is not going to turn it into.
Yeah, no, she's
a human being,
not as thoroughly, psychologically broken and empathetically dead as we are.
Yeah, no, I'm completely devoid of anything. I'm actively. This is the one movie where I'm like, I can't root for the bad guys.
So you're like the opposite now. You're like, I don't know if I'll be able to finish this movie if they don't kill all the good guys. Right. That you get anxious because of that.
That's how I totally felt about
cheaper by the dozen.
Funny games. Cheaper by the dozen. So Green Room, I highly recommend it, man. It is mean.
I do seriously have it queued up. Everything you said.
There are a couple of
the beginning and ending with Patrick Stewart sold me on it, and then I went.
Yeah, definitely. There's some great makeup in the movie too. Some of the gore effects, not a ton of them. When they happen, they're kind of quick, but there's one or two that get a bit of camera time, and oh man, they're good. They're awful, but they're good. And then
awful good.
They're awful good. And then we started watching Stranger Things on Netflix.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I saw.
Okay.
It was the weirdest time. The timing was strange. Stranger timings.
So
I saw the trailer. Or no, I saw somebody. I saw like a thumbnail. Somebody posted something, and the thumbnail came up, and it was just that title. And I was like, oh, that title belongs to something that I want to find out more about.
It is, correct.
It's completely... It's actually, if you think about it, it's not... It's a weird mix of like 90s and 70s.
Oh, it's 80s. It's this show...
I guess that would make sense. That would come in between.
It does. And this show is... Everything about it harkens back. Like, this show, bar none, knows what it is. It absolutely knows what it is. It knows what it's influenced by, and it wears it outright. It drips with Stephen King. It absolutely drips with Steven Spielberg. Like, it's all there. You can see the influence of that, like the Goonies and the Explorers and the Watchers and Carrie and Stand By Me, all of that stuff. Like, it's all right there.
Cool.
And
you've named the perfect movie.
This
is a series though, right?
It's a show, but it's only like 8 episodes or something. But I honestly, we're not gonna talk about it anymore because I want to actually have a discussion about it when you've watched it. So now tell me what stupid, ugly crap poop that isn't Stranger Things, but better be Wes Craven did you watch this week?
You're not far off. I mean, you're all the way correct with everything you said, just in different sections.
So you watched Music of the Heart.
No, I didn't still actually yet. I gave my wife the option between, do you want to go out of order? I'll go out of order. Music of the Heart or Cursed, which was the other one.
Ooh.
The Craven that's up after that. And she chose Cursed.
Underappreciated movie. Not great, but I think it's an underappreciated little gem.
That is a really good description. I had actually seen it before. I remembered it for the scene Milo Ventimiglia.
Yeah.
Ventimiglia.
Mental Ventage.
Milo is in the movie.
Starbucks.
All right.
Milo Venti.
We're recording so early.
Frappe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You could really use one of those right now. So why are we recording so early? It's in the morning.
We are. We're recording very early because my son is visiting from Seattle, and
right.
I have I took a half day off of work today for most of the week actually, and so I wanted to have the rest of the day with him.
Okay, that checks out.
All right.
He's in the movie, and I remember the movie for this. Literally, no. Sorry, Milo Ventimiglia. I knew Milo Ventimiglia
from Heroes.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw him. He's the younger brother.
He was the younger, less interesting brother.
He had a pretty cool small role as Rocky's son in Rocky Balboa, I want to say, too.
Yeah.
Which just made sense. I feel like that not a whole lot of weight is given to the role then, but it was kind of like, what if we have my son appear for a while? Who should it be? Oh, yeah, it should obviously be Milo.
Be the guy who kind of almost exactly looks like the kid the kid that we cast in like Rocky 3. Right. So
which I guess that wasn't him, right? Like that's not actually him grown up.
No.
All right. Anyways, he's in the movie. That's the only thing I remember from the movie from the first time I saw it, because it was the first time I remember, like, he plays, I'm going to spoil it, all right? The movie's been out for a while.
I can't believe it.
He plays a jock who's constantly insulting Jesse Eisenberg with homophobic slurs and insults or whatever. And
so he's basically the internet to Jesse Eisenberg. Got it.
He's Milo Internet Delia. And
Milo Ventigernetlia.
It's
I don't know.
It's one of my it's the best part of the movie, honestly. But he
the epithets.
He gets Jesse Eisenberg becomes a werewolf, so he does the whole Spider-Man thing where he's becoming more confident and stronger and etc. All that. So at school he gets a little bit of revenge, and he's able to give back as hard as he gets to Milo and his buddies. He beats them all at wrestling at one point, and it ends up being that Milo then comes to his house after the fact at night, and he's like, how did you know? Nobody else knows that I'm gay. And he's like, whoa, no, I was just making fun of you back, right? Because he's not actually gay. He wants the dude's girlfriend.
Yeah.
But he turns into a sympathetic character. Like he's literally Jesse Eisenberg's buddy for the last half of the film.
Right.
And they're like fun and they help each other out. It's a wonderful turnaround, and it's at the time I remember I had never seen anything.
Yeah,
like it just,
it
was fun.
You never really do see. Well, you haven't, especially in kind of. And Cursed is one of those weird, like it's kind of in a weird space thematically for a horror film, anyways, for Wes Craven, because it's not because like all of the other films that he made with teenagers, they were far more adult than they ever needed to be, and this is the one where I feel like it was almost like the script, because I don't think he wrote this script.
No, it was Kevin Williamson again.
Right.
The dude who wrote Scream.
So it was a little different for me based on my memory. But
the Scream series is a little bit different than a lot of what Craven did.
Yes.
It's very much still in that vein.
Right. And that's what I was getting at, was that it was something that it was fitting into a very specific kind of age of there's like this niche of horror films that kind of really target the 15 to 18-year-old group, and Scream kind of fell on the, like, it started with that, but it ended up falling on the outside because it was so much smarter.
Not being that at all. Yeah.
But this is one of them, along with like Drag Me to Hell and a couple of others that are kind of in that vein. I always felt like, anyways, and So
it is underrated. It's better than even I'd forgotten everything else about it, so I kind of was expecting it not to be that great, but it's totally a fun watch. It's not as good as Scream. It has maybe tinges of that. It deals a lot with Hollywood, and that is still handled well in a way that I guess Kevin Williamson can do, is just good at. But the ending, like the epilogue is pretty tacked on and stupid. Everything else is pretty good though.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, it was definitely a step up from Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah. But I'll do you one worse. I got the other two. You mentioned Poop.
I did.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't remember now. It's been so long.
The first two movies I watched were riff tracks of Rotor. Ever heard of it?
No.
And To Catch a Yeti, starring Meatloaf.
Yes, To Catch a Yeti, I'm familiar with.
You have heard of that? Okay, yeah. I watched both of those. Those are good riff tracks. Riff tracks is currently, and has been maybe for a year or more, in the mode of, rather than releasing tracks that you have to sync up with current movies, which they've done fantastic ones of, like their one for Transformers is pretty great. Any Transformers is pretty great. But they're kind of going back to the Mystery Science thing, where they just get the rights to old movies that they can get the rights to easily because whoever made them is not getting money.
Right.
Anybody involved in these things is not. Even Meatloaf, you could say, has fallen on hard times.
Yeah. He's not.
So they've got. It's basically just Mystery Science Theater, actually, all over again. So
are you saying that Meatloaf is drying up?
I wasn't.
Okay.
But I'll fix it. I'll put it back in that I was.
My misunderstanding.
Yeah.
No.
So those are fun. Also, the Allegiant is the latest from the Insurgent, Divergent.
There you go, Divergent
series. I want to say it's the third one.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that's basically. I don't know how I got into those movies
accidentally.
So much. I enjoyed. Yeah, that's fair. But I enjoyed them enough. And this one pretty much like, if you are kind of just passingly into the movies so far, and they're like, these are kind of entertaining, like this is youth fiction presented in a better way than the books probably read. It's got enough story to tag you along. If you're that person like I was, probably don't ruin it all. Like just quit while you're ahead, I guess, maybe.
All right. I that sounds like a glowing review.
Elite did not do, like, it had some interesting plot elements. It definitely ties stuff up, but it's surrounded by so much fluff and nothing that it's kind of.
That's the one that so after the first movie did pretty well, the second movie did not do well financially at all.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And they yanked a ton of the budget from this movie, and then this movie tanked, and now I think they've slashed the budget even more for the last movie just to get it out the door.
There is another one? Okay.
I think so, because I feel like that's supposed to be a two-parter. Like the last movie was a two-parter, maybe it's a 4-book thing. I don't know, but I feel like there's another movie coming, and I feel like they're also only doing it to kind of round out the thing, because they can sell the big DVD set and maybe recoup some money.
Can't wait to see that movie. It's got to be, because the movie literally ends like everything's fine, and then the camera. Jeff Daniels is the bad guy, so I guess maybe not completely irredeemable.
They're probably still irredeemable.
Within the last half second, the camera like does kind of like a horror pan over, and Jeff Daniels is still standing there. So that's it's
I like that. Like in my head, because I don't know the whole story, it's even funnier to me that like the camera panned away from him and then focused on something. Like you're just supposed to forget he's there, and then at the end they're like, "Oh yeah,
still in the room."
And he was
gone. They had one.
It was an accidental thing too. They were like, "Is Jeff still here? Jeff, you can go." And he's like,
"Jeff,
what?
Nah, screw it. We'll do a sequel."
Like, yes, Jeff won't leave.
Anyways, I didn't actually get a whole lot watched because we were like super into OJ, Made in America. You've heard of this?
Was this the TV movie that stars, I think, Carla Gugino is Marcia Clark?
What? Is that real?
Maybe that's the People versus O.J. Simpson. That's what I'm thinking of.
But
then.
Also,
yeah,
interesting.
She played Marcia Clark, and
No,
Cuba Gooding Jr. was O.J. I think.
Yeah, no, that's sure. Realistically, who else would play O.J.? I mean, besides O.J. I would kind of rather see that, but
I don't know. I don't
no,
know.
This is a documentary, I want to say, done by ESPN. I think still
Oh,
TV.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the fence because there's been the what's the Netflix murder one?
Making a Murderer?
Yeah, Making a Murderer, and there was the one with the New York dude, the rich guy. Even before that, why can't I remember? Robert.
Oh, are you talking about Foxcatcher?
No. It was another, whatever. Anyways.
Okay.
I feel like this is a thing now, and so they naturally turned to OJ. So I held off also because, I mean, football, like I'm not into football.
But you're into the Naked Gun.
I'm into the Naked Gun, but I'm even less into the making of making spectacles of these things.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like the OJ trial itself, I remember already not being into it and very turned off by it, that type of thing. Anyways,
so you are the exact audience for understanding why Nightcrawler is so terrifying as a movie.
Sure. No, that's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I think I remember enjoying that aspect specifically.
No, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. But
this thing though, fantastic. Freaking incredible.
Can't believe it.
Not even like it's a deep dive. Like it's 5 hour-and-a-half long episodes.
Yeah. Okay,
so it goes into like race and like Rodney King, and like it does dive into aspect of OJ's life, but in how it ties to the black community and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's nuts. Like it's stuff I never considered or thought of. They made, because obviously all the OJ specific stuff is less interesting, and actually I would say was probably some of still the less interesting stuff to me, because they go into like I said, huge amounts of detail on the LAPD in the time period, like who the captain was, like how they ran in different, organizations and waves and stuff like that. It's intensely interesting. It's freaking cool.
So that is, it's kind of funny that you mentioned it, because it was a couple of weeks back, I saw that they took all of the things, and prior to releasing them, because I think they were releasing them once a week, for like 5 weeks.
Sure.
They released them all online ahead of time.
Okay.
And some people watched them and talked about it and stuff, and it just got me to thinking back to when I was living in California as a kid. It was right around the time that stuff was.
Oh, really?
It was like right in the middle of all of that, like just before everything kind of came to a head. But like I feel like we moved right during the trial, but we were there pre-trial. But one of the interesting things was my father was a courier, and I used to go to work with him, and he couriered for anybody, really. I mean, he, like, the company he worked for mostly did the entertainment industry, so we did a lot of stuff for Columbia and Geffen Records and Sony and all those places. But every now and again, he would have to go to these larger law firms, and there were things that couriers sometimes ran into, and not my dad per se, but he ended up getting his hands on something, and what it was the court transcripts that were the exact transcripts from the LAPD over their walkie-talkies, over their
oh, really?
Over their the radios and stuff during the race riots, during Rodney King, through that, and that stuff, like. So I was more intensely interested in it than I probably should have been, because I was reading the stuff, and when I shouldn't have been. I snuck it. I stole it from my dad's room to read through it.
Oh, that's funny.
And I got in trouble for reading it, and then I had to explain to me like what was going on, and it, like, those pages were filled with some of the worst. Should have been in this freaking
documentary.
They was filled with some of the worst stuff you could read from people that you're supposed to be, or protect us. And they're talking about, like the amount of racism and just filth that was in there. Like, it was just for somebody like 10 years old, that was like, had a huge impact on how
yes, that explains a lot right now, actually.
Yeah, a huge impact on how I view things and where a lot of my opinions come from.
Sure. Yeah, you would enjoy this for that too, because I did.
And I'll totally watch it because Beth loves true crime stuff, and
oh man,
this is perfect.
It's like you need an eye for history too, which is probably I'm probably a little bit biased there. Just
sure.
Diving into that stuff was probably why that was more interesting to me, but it's one of the best true crime. Like I probably for that reason enjoyed it more than Making a Murderer or the one I can't remember the name of that was still really good.
Serial.
No, I have not gone there yet.
The first one was great. The first Serial.
It's just like I feel like I don't know.
Really good listen. It's a really interesting take on it. I didn't listen to the second one because the subject was not as interesting to me.
It's something about podcasts. I just can't.
They're awful.
They're stupid.
Yeah, no.
I have here on good authority that you played some video games. I want to see if I can get this first one correct, and then you can tell me about it.
All right.
Is it Reckless Disregard for Gravity?
Okay, give me another suggestion. What else could it be?
Reckless Disregard for Gravity.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an old game that I liked. It was one of the first games I downloaded off of Steam when I bought my Mac because I wanted to see if I could play games on it.
and
it worked.
So
I could.
Yeah.
It worked fine. It's just a fun, silly game, and it's a small download. And I wanted to. I was downloading a bunch of stuff on my.
I was going to say, is this PC. On your new PC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And this was something I downloaded, and I'd play it while I was downloading other stuff.
Explain it to me.
So it's a super simple game. It's really fun, actually. It's a first person, and you're on top of like a building. You start at the top of a structure, and you jump off of it, and there are structures and things that are in the way, and stuff flies by, and cars, and every now and again. And the idea is to get as close to the buildings as possible, and to get as close to the objects as possible without hitting them. And you can kind of hit some of the stuff, and it throws you off, and you bounce around. You're basically base jumping. It's just base, but it's not like basically. but you're not there. There's no. It's not a city. It's not like beautiful graphics or anything. It's kind of lots of bright colors and neon and flashing and stuff. But it's Tokyo. Fun. It's totally like if you think about like that cyber Tokyo crap, that's totally what it looks like. It's good. Cool. It's fun. It's simple.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it too.
Also, Pac-Man 256.
I would have pronounced that one wrong too.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Pac-Man 256.
On the Xbox One?
On the Xbox.
You got that one, right? Yeah.
I did, yeah. Again, it's good. It's fine. It's just another game to kill time with.
Okay.
It's totally one of those things where I'm like, okay, it's the hey honey, are we gonna leave? Yeah, we're leaving in 5 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes later, I'm like, I'm just gonna play this game now for 20 more minutes while I wait, and then we go.
What you're saying is that you have not got above 56,000 is what you're.
I'm not even close.
If I'm reading between the lines here. Okay.
I think my highest is maybe 20,000.
All right.
That's pretty good. No, it's not.
I didn't actually mean to laugh right then. I feel bad.
Now you're a piece of garbage. And then we both played for the hot play. We played Cunning Stunts. I loved it. I want to get back into it. I want to play some more.
I feel like we had connection issues like we always do, but
we did. But when we got to play the actual gameplay, I really enjoyed that. Like that's probably the first time I think I've played a race card. A race game.
That doesn't okay.
It doesn't work. It doesn't
Who float. Are you, Johnny Cochran? History.
John Lovitz. History. I like it. It's
I'm
fun.
about to watch a movie with John Lovitz in it. Now I can't remember which one.
I know why you were about to, and then you stopped because you were like, you know what? Bad idea.
I like John Lovitz.
You know what? There are times I do really like John Lovitz.
I guess sure.
You ever see the movie The Benchwarmers?
No.
Terrible movie.
Yeah.
David Spade, Rob Schneider, and John Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
And Napoleon Dynamite. And the best part of the movie is totally how for some reason they decided to make
I don't think I've seen it.
They decided to make John Lovitz the richest guy in their rinky-dink little town, and like he drives.
I like how even when you talk about John Lovitz, you're like doing his mannerisms right now.
You can't help it.
He's richest guy.
The richest guy. He like all of his cars are like he drives Kit and he drives the DeLorean and he drives like his house has like he's got a giant like an actual like giant stand up not just like a paper one but like a real model of like Boba Fett. His butler is a robot that can make like peanut butter and M&M sandwiches right into and it pops right out of his. The Benchwarmers is like a lesser version of the movie Little Giants.
Okay. All right.
And Little Giants, Ed O'Neill and Rick Moranis, plus the Icebox.
I feel like everything's a lesser version than the Little Giants.
Yeah. Also, Cunning Stunts is real fun. I want to play it some more.
Yeah, we could possibly do that again.
Yeah. And then all of last week's podcast, every single word I said about how I felt about Pokemon Go, you can just, it was all a lie.
You want me to edit that out? Is that what you're saying?
No, edit it back in.
Oh, edit it into this podcast so we can play back to back where you say.
Yeah, no, I am playing.
Oh no, where you say no, and then I say I think you're gonna download it again, and you say to your credit you said I might. So
I did say that, and I never downloaded it again. I just got it to work.
So lied about actually deleting it.
No, I did have a whole bunch of problems with it over the week, and it did get to a point where like I did get to a point where I considered just not doing it, just whatever. But the last couple of days, it's cleared up and my login works now, which was great. They never sent me the activation email, which after the 2 days it blocks you from logging on.
Oh yeah, sure. That's what you should.
And then I had to keep trying to resend it, and it just.
I got screwed initially because I put down my birthday and forgot to change the year.
Nice.
So it cookied that or cached that or whatever, and then I couldn't actually sign up with my real birthday anymore because it was like, please ask your parent to sign up for you. And I'm like, no, I did the year wrong, like reset. And then it's like I would go through it and be like, please ask your parent. I'm like, dang it.
Did you ask your mom?
I did.
What'd she say?
I didn't actually. No, I didn't. But my mom is playing Pokemon Go. I've gotten no less than 5 texts from her about the something on her keyboard. Can't remember the name of it.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Pokemon?
It's Pokemon Go. Hey, anything like it's not a good app. Like it's still.
No, that is yeah. I like the concept. It's gotten me out of the house for the past week. I've gone for walks longer. Like yesterday, I was gone for almost 3 hours. The rest of the week, I've been going for at least an hour, which is huge for me. That's not something I generally do.
Yeah.
Leaving the house at all.
Yeah.
But leaving the house on feet without a quick way to get. Oh, that's awful.
Are these trips specifically for Pokemoning?
They are. Yeah. No, I'm going for walks. Like I'm totally doing it in the sense that like I need to get the exercise anyways. So this gives me an end goal. It's like achievements for you.
Yeah, I need the exercise anyways, so
I'm going to go. Yeah. So, but no, the app is.
I just picture
trash.
you out like on the street with your phone, and then somebody sees you, and you're like, I need the exercise, and you just.
That's actually it's happened
and then
twice.
Somebody else sees you, and you're like, I don't even like Pokemon.
No, it's happened twice.
I wasn't gonna download it.
It's happened twice. I've had 2 people be like, "Are you playing Pokemon?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not enjoying it. I'm fat."
0HITPOINTS.com. Check it out.
That's what I tell them too. I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't enjoy it." 0 hit points. Check us out. I'm fat. I always end with "I'm fat."
Sure. No. Yeah. That's...
But yeah,
I haven't done any specific trips yet.
The app is total trash.
But yeah, it's not. I've been locked out plenty of times too. Usually it has to be some sort of switching between cell signal and Wi-Fi. Like I have to turn off my Wi-Fi, and then it seems like it'll finally click. But it has gotten a little bit better over the past few days, I guess.
I've had so many. I've had to kill the app and restart it, totally force close it. There was actually one point where I did have to actually kill the app, delete it, re-download it to let it to reconnect. Okay. I've had to restart my phone twice to get it to connect and actually update.
Yeah. So I'm not going to even recognize the answer to this, but any rare Pokemon?
Nothing rare, I don't think. Well, actually, no. I got a Jinx last night, and I guess that's not a common one to float around. But I did get my favorite Pokemon very early on. I was so happy about that. Poliwhirl popped up for me. I was very thrilled about that.
Nice.
I've actually gotten most of the ones that I was really attached to when I played the games. Mm-hmm. I've gotten almost all those ones. They're not great Pokemon to fight with, but it's cool that I found them, and that was exciting.
Have you done any fighting? Because this is okay.
I haven't. So I've gone to the gyms. I've gone to one gym, and I got to try it out, and it did not go well. I lost right away.
Yeah. Same.
I did set up. I was able to place a Pokemon at the gym, and he also was. It was low level.
Sure. Sure. Are any of your guys evolved?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
What's the difference between powering up and evolving? This is
Powering
the section of the show where we talk about stuff we don't know about, and I just ask you questions. I know about it. Okay.
Powering up gives them more hit points and gives them more CP, which makes them hit harder.
Is that evolving? Can you just do that infinitely, or
no? Well, I don't know. I know you need candy and you need glitter or whatever it's called.
Which is my problem. Yeah.
The evolving changes the move set, and it changes their CP. It changes their hit points.
It's got to make them stronger, right? At least.
In theory, it depends on the Pokemon.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I finally got to 5, and then I found a gym, and I lost immediately.
You basically until you've got a Pokemon that's between like 7 and 1500 CP. It's all
right.
Or if you've got a bunch, because I think you can fight a gym with up to 5. Like in one time.
Next question.
But I haven't done that yet.
What do you do to actually fight? Are you just tapping the other Pokemon?
Tap it. Yeah, you just tap. It's stupid. It's real dumb.
It looks like you can sidestep too.
You can dodge.
Does that take a turn?
No, it's because it's not turn based.
There's no turns, right?
You're just tapping. So the dodging thing to me, like I haven't fought enough Pokemon to know if they have things that are like telegraphed, but it's really stupid. You just
I wanted to make sure I was on the same page there.
The easiest thing to do with the gyms is you go with a bunch of people that are on the same team, and you all attack the gym at the same time, because you'll damage them. You'll damage the Pokemon all at the same time.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you can brigade a gym basically, and then take it over.
I'm never gonna learn all this stuff. Like I barely figured out that when you get to a Pokestop, you can like spin the icon to get stuff out of it.
Yes, and you need to do that. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah. So I think we've talked about it long enough to alienate anybody who's actually serious about the game, and anybody who doesn't know about it. So I think.
But hey,
accomplished for now.
At least we can. Yeah, I'm excited for it. So, like I said, I'm using it for exercise primarily. That's.
It's still fun.
Thing.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's whatever.
It's a good family thing. Like my daughter's into it. Like it's fun. We go around. It buzzes. There's a podcatcher.
Yeah. So Ian, Daisy, and I went out yesterday, and we all walked around. We walked around and we walked around one of the parks in Denver and stuff, and
everybody's still freaking doing it. Like it's if anything more people. Like it's like that part is not dropping off.
No, not at all.
Every time I've picked up the app to do some, every time I haven't. Anytime I go outside, I still see somebody.
We see a significant increase in foot traffic in the general area, like around our park and everything, around our lake.
Yeah. And you can tell by look. I yell Pokemon at them just to be sure, but always.
But the cool thing, this is what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the fact that I'm using this for exercise, but I also am fat and still like to eat. So soon you're going to be able to go to like McDonald's and get Pokemon at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And also, you know what? Maybe while you're there, you can go ahead and catch yourself a value meal.
Hey, what kind of value? Who knows?
Pokemon Go for value.
My favorite part about this is that this was discovered by somebody who dug into the code.
Yeah.
Like, I guess sponsored locations is not new. Like, they did that in Ingress as well.
Yeah, it's not a surprise.
In a desperate move to counteract all the health benefits, I feel like McDonald's probably, like, that was kind of a sure thing, probably. We got to get some Big Macs into these people.
Hurry up. They got to fuel. Yeah.
Anyways, that's not the only thing.
No, there's
about Pokemon Go.
Also, if you are playing Pokemon Go, maybe don't solely focus on your phone and look out for cliffs and dead bodies and people that may shoot at you.
We talked about the dead bodies. I feel
let's
not beat a dead
keep
horse.
Going.
Okay.
Let's not beat a dead Pokemon.
That's
let's
I think part of the game, actually.
Let's not beat a dead Ponyta.
Is that the name of the pony-looking Pokemon?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, all right. I believe you.
I think that one evolves to Rapidash.
Sure, that's why wouldn't it? Honestly, it's not a bad name. Yes, this is the National Safety Council, which I feel like is a lot of people in an office somewhere. That when stuff like this happens, they're like, "Now's our time to shine, people."
Oh, are you kidding me? It's a freaking Facebook group of like 2,000 moms
who then say, "Now's our time to shine, people."
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, they also, there have been some police people. Basically, they're just saying, "Don't be dumb.
Don't stand in traffic.
I feel like is the big.
Don't stand in the middle of the road.
Do that.
Don't. Hey, here's an idea. This is my favorite one. Don't drive and Pokemon.
Don't.
Are you stupid?
That was one of the texts from my mom. She said, "I like how he runs really fast when you're driving." Talking
it is
about
funny.
The man, and I was like, "Oh, please don't Pokemon and drive." And she said, "Yeah." I mean, I'm guessing she did it while she was in the passenger seat. But she's like, "Yeah, no, I'm not."
So this is last night. We're driving through downtown Denver, and I hadn't been to downtown Denver since the game came out, and I was so happy that I was in the passenger seat because I'm sitting there and I'm like, as we're driving through and there's enough traffic to where we're going super slow in certain areas.
Still can't be going fast if you're going to catch it. Yeah.
I was getting Pokestops left and right.
Oh, Pokestops.
Just all, and then I actually did catch a couple of. I got my best Pokemon that I have so far. I got a Persian that was, and
how were you measuring best?
CP by CP.
Okay, what's his CP?
I don't know, almost 500, I think.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. I got a crab thing.
Crabby? Is it Crabby?
Or
is it Paris?
But he's only like 150 CP. I think that's the best.
What level are you right now, by the way?
I just barely hit 5 yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So
I haven't been doing a ton of it, honestly.
No,
I don't know a lot about it. I'm literally just the collection dude. Like, it's fun.
No, that's totally. That's how I'm playing it. I'm not playing it to actively like battle people or win gyms.
Right.
I'm playing it just to collect them because it's just fun to go, okay, well, it's fun to live that stupidity of I'm going to go catch Pokemon now.
Last question. To evolve a Pokemon, you need like candy or candy specific to that Pokemon?
You need that Pokemon's candy, so you need to basically collect a ton of them.
Okay, you get those by collecting the Pokemon.
Yeah, so every Pokemon you collect, you get you usually get like 2 to 3 or sometimes more candy, but it's usually like 3. I think is the max for the most part. And then you can transfer those Pokemon to the professor. You lose them.
That's what transfer means.
You lose them permanently, but you get 1 candy for it. So. 1
universal candy for that Pokemon?
No, 1 candy for that Pokemon.
Okay.
So ideally, what you want to do right now, unless they change this, is when you hit level 10, you'll get a lucky egg, and a lucky egg.
I did get an egg.
And you're gonna get. You should have an incubator, by the way.
I do.
Yeah, so incubate the egg immediately. Always incubate. Always incubate eggs.
ABI.
Yeah, always be incubating. But you get a lucky egg, which gives you double XP for half an hour. So you want to collect as many Pokemon as you can of the same type. so you can go on an evolve spree and evolve a bunch of them and get experience, like double the experience for every evolution you can do.
Okay. That sounds, you may have crossed the complication barrier. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's all right. Now I know.
Basically, don't ever transfer Pokemon. Hold on to all of them.
Okay, done.
Do that. Tell me when you hit level 10, and then we'll talk about it more.
Okay.
What tip? By the way, my last question about Pokemon though. What team did you choose? What color did you go? Blue, yellow, or red?
Mystic blue.
Oh, you're garbage. Okay.
I want to evolve them, and I think that was the evolve specific one. So I was like,
yeah, they all evolve.
Well, I know, but they have little blurbs that are like, I kind of do, like the red one had to do with like strength and power.
Yeah, it's just that's just like the philosophy of the group.
Is there any actual difference?
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
No, it's just
glad that I read those words.
It's just the people who choose. There are people that are like, I want to be a good guy.
Wait, so what color are you?
Oh, the red guys.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, the red team are just trolls. That's all it is.
They're like, I'm out. I'm just out here. I'm just losing weight.
Yep.
I don't even like Pokemon.
I throw my phone to catch my Pokemon.
It's costing you a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing. This is the dead body of the week. Dead body news item of the week for Pokemon here. Be extra careful if you're in Florida, because that man will shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
The Orlando Sentinel has reported that 2 kids apparently parked in the front of some dude's house, talking about parked in a car, talking about Pokemon. Uttered the words at some point, "Did you get anything?" Which this man then heard. Because he was already, his senses were already heightened. Yeah, he believed these people and people like him that had been walking around his house, probably on his lawn, that he advised them to get off of. Pokemon going, he thought the people were trying to rob his house, maybe. So, as one does, man gets his gun, jumps out in front of the vehicle containing these at least 2 kids, and tells them to freeze. Do not move. They do not listen. Drive off. He fires at them. Does not hit any of them. Everybody's okay. Unless you count the man that pulls his gun out at kids in front of his house.
Who is clearly got some issues.
My favorite part is that it says, though the Pokemon, the teens. Okay, this is coming from Polygon. So
yeah, so the writing is going to be aces.
Though the Pokemon the teens were hunting. Oh, I see. I just needed to complete the sentence. That's a reading.
Also being
we're hunting at the time were Marowak and Tauros.
Sure, Marowak.
Yeah, definitely. I know how to read.
I know.
They didn't tell their mother about the incident until she kind of noticed the bullet holes and flat tire caused by the shooting in the car.
I love my favorite part of that is they were just like, all right, let's just leave it. Nobody will notice. Like mom gets up to go to the work in the morning. She's like, what in the ever loving?
Oh yeah, that was the guy that shot at us. Oh, you didn't.
No, see,
to tell you.
No, see, if that's me and my daughter's like, it's just some guy that shot us. I'm like, okay, and you left the tire flat. Why? There's a spare. You lazy child.
I want the whole story here. Yeah. No, it's. If you're gonna go out and get yourself shot, please clean up after yourself. That's a crazy situation, man. Because I mean, you could say, what do you do? Because the dude comes out and points a gun at you. Like, to not get shot, I guess technically you don't move, but this is a guy that will pull a gun out at you for sitting there on your... Like, he obviously doesn't understand how electronics work. He's not plugged in enough to know that Pokemon Go exists, which is a dying breed. Like, he's already got to be crazy for not knowing that, right? Yeah, I mean, there's no good decision. Like, there's no, like, okay, the crazy man has a gun. We should stay here and not move, and we'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
No, right? You're like, no, I got to get out of here. Oh, that's the thing that makes him shoot. It's an impossible situation.
No, yeah, it's fun. I suggest every child get involved. Stand your
Pokemon
ground.
Go in stores now.
Get your gun. Pokemon Go, get your gun.
That's pretty good. That's what it's called in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's that, problem number one.
Well, they go out there and they shoot at the Pokemon because it's a castle. It's a castle state, castle law state.
Mm-hmm. Is that
It's when you can shoot anybody in your house or whatever.
Oh,
like if somebody breaks into your house, you can shoot
stand your ground
them.
stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, but it's not stand your ground. It's they're called castle laws.
Castle Crashers.
Castlevania. Starring Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Fillions.
My gosh, did we play anything else this week? I played Mortal Kombat XL, as it's
Extra
called
large.
now, if you download Combat Pack 2. Or maybe if you don't, it might just be an update to the game. I don't know. I did. That's real good and cool. The characters are fun. They have interactions, right? An alien...
Predator.
Texas Chainsaw, I think.
Leatherface.
Yes. Predator's not in there.
So alien Leatherface.
Triborg, which is...
Oh, right.
Smoke.
Cyrax and Sector.
And Sector with a hidden, like, do a key press and you get to Cyber Sub-Zero. So there's actually 4 in there.
Oh.
And then who is the fourth guy?
Was it Tremor? No.
No. I feel like it's another movie dude. Somebody weird.
Biff Tannen.
Oh, man. He probably wouldn't be okay with that.
I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't own the character. So
I think Thomas Wilson might be. I don't know. I don't know that Robert Zemeckis would be too thrilled about it.
Robert Zemeckis would be more thrilled than Tom Wilson. What's his name?
Tom Wilson?
Yeah, that guy. Zemeckis made Castaway, also containing a character named Wilson.
How cool would that be to have a Mortal Kombat starring Tom Hanks, like a downloadable
starring
Tom
Wilson?
Hanks packs?
No, starring Wilson.
Just it just sits
or
there.
like some super buff dude, like buff muscular body with Wilson's for a head.
With just a volleyball for a head.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Tick character.
Anyways, when Johnny Cage meets the alien, like their little banter at the beginning of the match, he'll say "Game over, man" for one of them, and that will give you the idea, yes, of the level of detail and cool fun. It's fun. It's cool. They all say cool stuff to each other, and then you fight, and then it's over.
Cool. All right.
I also finished up Lego Dimensions. I got the Midway Arcade pack from Adam Parkin of PC gaming fame.
Never seen him on PC once before. He's not online now.
And that is actually like I mentioned this in my video, but every level pack for that game is pretty much a new Lego game. Like they follow different mechanics, different level structures for the most part. There's different things about them to the point where it's a cool experience in that way.
And are you feeling the length of those is like? Do you feel the length of those is worth that price tag? Because I feel they're like $29, right?
They're not lengthy in a linear fashion. Like they're longer than a normal Lego game from.
Okay,
I guess let me put it level.
So let me spin the question then. Content wise, do you feel that those Lego they're
definitely
worth like the $29?
Absolutely, like
okay.
that. Which I mean, you can find them for cheaper than $29 without much trouble. Either.
But I think that's the new price if you go to a Toys R Us is $29,
that is
right?
yes. That's if you buy them. If you look
MSRP.
real hard and try to buy them for the maximum MSRP possible, that is how much you will spend on it. It is there is enough content in there. Like I said, it's not linear. It's not that you're going through different areas and levels and stuff like that. But there is, if you dive deep enough into them, there are mini kits that open up into new levels. The way the Midway one works is extra fun because it's literally emulations of the arcade games. Like you go through, and the things you're building are.
That's super
little
cool.
Like places to plug in a cabinet, basically is what they are. And one of the Legos that comes, the two things that come with the level pack are the kid, and then there's a car that's absolutely 80s. Like it's pretty cool. Like the design of it is it's a little crazy 80s sport car, Pepsi car, and
Pepsi car.
Yeah, you're not far off. And then an arcade cabinet, which is the thing that you put on and it comes in, and then you plug it in, and you play Joust, you play Gauntlet 1, you play Gauntlet 2, you play racing game name.
Rad Racer.
That could be it.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Was it pole position?
No. I want to say that's Atari.
That is Atari, right?
Midway could have been involved though. But it wasn't that one.
A racing game.
It's the one that's like it's like Ivan Stewart's Off Road. The whole track is on there, and you're steering in relation to where your car is.
Yeah, yeah.
So my daughter, when playing with my daughter, she couldn't get that game and got very frustrated immediately.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you play those games, and once you've gotten, there's bronze, silver, and gold stages of scores that you can get, and once you get a certain score, you back out of the game, and the story progresses from there. So it was cool. It was.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Nice.
And surprising, because in the past they've done Lego representations of these games. Oh, Defender was another one. In the main game, they do an actual Lego recreation of Defender and Space Invaders. And
see, this is one where I kind of wish you'd stream that. I would have watched that.
Yeah. Fun.
Good thinking.
And then Overwatch again. Why wouldn't we play more Overwatch?
I don't know why. I got to get better with Widowmaker and Hanzo, because they announced a new character, and it's the sniper support.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a travesty.
Yeah.
The whole first week is just gonna be everybody playing her. It's gonna be bad.
Well, so you can play her on the PC in some way. Like, I guess if you're in the test,
if you just download the public test realm,
there you
can. Yeah, it's free. You can download it.
Have you done that?
No.
Have you played? Oh, okay, all right.
No, I don't like playing in the test realms in any game, honestly, because it's exactly that. It's a test realm, so you're gonna get balance changes that may not make it. They may feel different, and then going back to the base game after playing there, you're expecting something, and it just kind of
why I don't get real deep into betas. Like, I get it to get a taste, and I kind of know what they're going for, but number one, I don't want to spoil my experience, and number two, you just don't know what you're going to get out of it. Could be completely different, and yeah.
So I don't bother with it. I'm totally fine with waiting. They did a reveal trailer and a gameplay trailer for her. The reveal trailer, I was a little bummed at that it was.
It wasn't like the.
It wasn't fully animated.
Season 1 of all the CGA.
CGA, computer generated Anna.
Nice. Had my time.
But they did one of the motion comic style things, and it was cool. It did get some background. It was cool to see some of the Overwatch characters in their younger days, seeing like Mercy and McCree without facial hair was really funny.
Sure.
I do love I like the concept of this character. I like that she's Farrah's mom. I love that they're putting more background into the actual game. Which means that they're back and forth. They have dialogue that goes back and forth, which is cool.
Yeah.
I was after seeing her powers, I'm immediately dubious.
Oh really? I thought you were immediately into it, actually.
No, I love the sniper shot. I love that it doesn't pass through, and if you shoot your teammates, it heals. If you shoot the enemies, it damages. That's fine.
Have we mentioned that she's a healer class with a sniper rifle?
She's sniper support. I said that. Yeah,
you can snipe people with your heal gun, or if you shoot, and from what I understand, you don't even have to switch. It's just
nothing to switch. You just
shoot at a bad guy, then
if you hit somebody, it does appropriate. It has an appropriate action, and then she has the thing that gets me though is her dart gun. I'm not a huge fan of the dart gun because it's a longer range version of McCree's stun.
Oh, okay.
And her dart gun knocks you out. It puts you to sleep.
Nice.
The first tick of damage you get, you are back up, just like McCree's stun.
Oh, interesting. But wait, no, McCree's stun has a cooldown on it. Like, you'll come out of it.
No, but if you were, So if you stun somebody and don't do anything, if you stun somebody and leave it, there's a time limit to it.
Correct.
If you stun them and immediately shoot them, they come out of it.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
which is why like that's how when you stun like a tracer and you do the fan the hammer, she has time to recall and get away from it.
Yeah.
So similar thing. This straight up knocks you down. It knocks you out. It definitely can interrupt ults. I don't know which ults it can't, but it can. I believe you can actually. I think with the thing you can actually put down the gorilla. You can put the gorilla down.
All right. In the mist.
Put down the science monkey.
And her ult is something along the lines of like super powering a single character. Is that right?
Yes, it is an uber buff. So it's speed, defense, and attack damage. I have seen some insane videos of people. So the number one thing people tried right out of the gate was ulting a character while they were being Lucio boosted.
No,
and they can fly through levels. They showed... Oh, and my favorite video was they wanted to see just how fast they could get McCree to move while he was ulting with Lucio speed. So she ults McCree, Lucio speed, McCree ults, and he's like... like, and he's just walking, like he's ready to shoot. It was super funny.
It's a super mosey.
It is. It's a very, very, very quick amble.
That's cool, man. If this is gonna be, if this is what we have to look forward to from new characters, like,
yeah,
very excited, right? This is
I
not
can't
bad
wait.
at all.
I can't wait to play her. I will probably not touch her. I think they're doing the patch comes either this week or next week. I probably won't touch her for the first week or two. Very, very likely I won't.
Yeah, I mean, I won't either, but for different reasons. So yeah.
Yes,
I had a good week with the
haven't...
game actually. Yeah, no, I'm working my way down the line, but I got my 4-kill with Pharah, so I'm on to Reaper now because I'm cool.
You are. You are very cool.
I want to say I got. Oh, we got some other achievements out of that too. We
did get a couple.
We ended up on opposite teams.
Yes.
Do we talk about that?
Well, yeah, sure. They're okay. Look, if you go back through the catalog of 0 Hit Points, you will hear at least one specific phrase that I pull out almost anytime anybody mentions snipers, and that's deviant pedophile. Because snipers are the worst. I like playing a sniper. I'm terrible at it, which is why I don't feel bad. But one of the sniper achievements...
You're not necessarily calling yourself a deviant pedophile.
No, I'm definitely not. I am absolutely not. I'm a good Christian.
You're
a good Christian
good
Jew.
Standing with the law and...
Yeah. Well, sure, whatever. One of the achievements for Widowmaker, who is the sniper, is to get a kill while in midair, a headshot no less, while in midair. That's not easy in general.
It's not easy. Also, you can't do it just jumping. Like if you jump, it pulls you out of your scope.
Yeah, so you have to do. There's a whole like you actually have to use one of her maneuvers, which is a grappling hook. You have to kind of shoot yourself up into the air, get into the scope, and track somebody and hit it, and it's very difficult.
And
so we
walk off the edge of something and then.
And that's how we did it.
Which isn't... how else would you do it ever, though? Like, I guess...
see people do it all the time. They literally do it exactly how I just explained it. They use the grappling hook. They slingshot themselves into the air. They scope while they're slingshotted.
No kidding.
They hit somebody all the time.
Those people are garbage people. Those are why... They're so much better at the game and gaming in general than me.
Deviant pedophiles.
Yeah, than what they're
deviant.
Yeah.
So we cheesed that because neither of us were really ever going to get that. No. So we cheesed it.
We cheesed it. Take that.
What was the other one we cheesed?
Now who's a deviant pedophile?
Yeah.
Sucker.
We cheesed something else too, and I don't remember what it was.
There's another one for killing 3 or destroying 3
teleporters.
Symmetra
teleporters, right?
Symmetra teleporters in one game, which is ridiculous because that's her ult. So and automatically that girl needs 3 ults in one game, which I feel like it's not uncommon, but it's...
You have to do a lot of damage with her. You have to, you really do have to kind of rush in and build that ult.
You got to be the one that finds the teleporter. She has to be using... I swear I see Symmetra's never... I hardly ever see a teleporter. Like, what are the... Do people just not choose Symmetra all that often?
I don't. Yeah, she's not used a ton, but when I see them, when I do see her, they're usually teleporters. They're in way better spots than I would put it.
All right. I have not destroyed a single one up until.
No, this is I've definitely destroyed them in the past, but never more than one in a game.
Yeah. Anyways.
But we cheesed that one too, which was
hey,
cool.
let's ride the Overwatch wave into
funny, real quick.
Okay, all right. Into funny. That's what I was gonna say.
Those 2 Overwatch achievements that are map related, that are don't let anybody get on the point.
Oh man, did you get those?
Both of them on PC in one game and then the following
Serious?
game.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I still haven't got those.
I've only got the one on the Xbox.
I barely understand them even. I know one that certain maps with certain game modes, and you have to make sure nobody captures. We actually almost did get one of those in one of our games, but the team capped it.
We screwed it up at the end.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now let's ride this Overwatch train and just keep continuing with the decline. We're on an express elevator to Arkham, going down.
You went full VJ right then. I would like to do a whole episode like that.
I don't know if I can. I'll try it. We could do
No. Return to Arkham that got delayed, and we were like, yeah, delay your game, work on it. That's cool. But I guess, they kind of knocked it out of the park, I guess. Like,
big delay.
Word is it's not coming out till November.
And the word on top of that is it's not coming out till November because they were like, yeah, we're kind of redoing a whole bunch of the campaign because it didn't look good and it didn't work.
The word, again, so many words, was that it was a little framey.
Framey.
Little framey. A Chinese developer, Virtuous Games, working on it. Frame rate, supposedly a major issue so far. So anyways, keep waiting for that one.
I will.
Or don't wait for Batman Elsewhere.
Okay. I won't. I'll wait. I won't wait for Batman anymore.
All right. Wait until August 2nd.
Oh.
Batman, the Telltale Batman game comes out August 2nd.
You know,
is
you
what
could
I'm
have gone.
Trying to say.
If you don't want to wait to play in Arkham in November, in early August, you can take over Batman from a whole different perspective.
That's
play
good.
Batman's Telltale series, episode 1 on August 2nd, with a retail release dropping on September 13th. Now, the retail release is only going to have the first episode on the disc, but it will contain the season pass for all of the forthcoming episodes.
How are you so good at this? Like this,
Look forward
I feel
to
like
that.
I got a camera straight on. I got a black and white camera up in the corner, kind of security cam style. I cut to that on and off while you're talking. Man. You were made
Coming up
for
next
this.
in Star Wars Battlefront news, offline skirmish mode should be out sometime this week.
Was Star Wars Celebration seriously this week? Didn't that just happen?
Yeah,
They do it like 5 times a year or something?
I don't know if it was this week or was it last week. I guess maybe it was this week. It was last week. Yeah, it was last week.
It
Mark
must
Hamill-
have been last week.
Mark Hamill took an awesome picture with Biggs from episode 4. It was
Oh,
cool.
no kidding? Really?
Yeah, the guy who played Biggs was there, and that was I feel like that was the first time they'd seen each other in a while.
You know, that picture is made better when Porkins is in the background with his head held low.
Yeah,
You know, like he wasn't invited.
in a bucket of chicken.
His name is Porkins.
And he was a large mammal.
That's one of those Lucas names where, like, usually they're cool Star Wars like names, and then every now and then there's one that's like, all right, the dude's fat. I named him Porkins, guys.
Speaking of Star Wars names, I started watching Chuck. Did you ever see that show?
I know of it. It never interested me enough to check it out.
I am seriously,
respect
like,
Zachary Levi.
I don't know anything about the guy other than this show. And he played Fandral and as one of the Warriors 3 in the second Thor movie. But
True.
I'm 2 seasons in. I'm like the 15th episode of the second season. I still don't even know if I like the show. Like, it's kind of just there
Hot
are
tip.
moments.
You don't.
There are moments of the show where I'm like, this is a pretty great show. This has got some good stuff to it. And then there are times where I'm like, this is just the worst freaking TV I've ever watched. Like, it's just bad. But last night on one of the episodes was that one of the bad guy, he had a grenade, and when Chuck does his thing where he's like and he sees like he has all this government information in his brain, it cycles through and it shows what kind of grenade it is. Yeah. And the grenade was called it's an IG-88 grenade.
Nice.
I thought that was really funny.
Nice.
And it kind of looked like Ig's head from the movie. So speaking of Star Wars,
is he widely referred to as Ig? That's literally the first time I've ever heard somebody call him Ig.
I always call him Ig-88.
All right. Well, I like it. Hey, so Star Wars Battlefront's getting some stuff. Okay, let's do this. Offline skirmish mode, which sounds like basically just Walker Assault and Fighter Squadron. You can play by yourself locally if you want. Now, they're going to release that July 21st, which is that tomorrow?
That is Tomorrow.
Also, they released a teaser trailer for the upcoming DLC pack that we know about called Death Star. Mm-hmm. There will be a trench run in there, which I think we already knew anyways. But they also released that Chewbacca and Bosk will be the hero villain for
No Ig here.
No Ig here, man. I do like Ig better than Bosk.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The Trandoshan race has some pretty cool background in the extended universe stuff, and Bosk has some cool stuff going on.
Oh, the universe that's in the garbage.
Mm-hmm. The trash universe.
Get that out of here.
Also, they announced there would be a Rogue One DLC that will kind of follow that with a playable Jyn Erso and director Krennic. That's coming out later in the year.
The movie itself comes out December 16th.
December 16th.
So I would bet that it's that.
It'll probably be Christmas DLC.
Somewhere.
Yeah. I am totally excited for that flick, man. I
am excited for that flick.
I am more excited for Rogue One than I am for Episode 8.
Is that what episode are we on now? Is that the next one, or is that the one that we already saw? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm excited for all of it. What about the DLC pack though? Is this? I feel like this is out of left field for all of the other DLC.
Yeah, because they said they were sticking with original trilogy.
Exactly.
And this touches original trilogy because we know that Rogue One is the.
I see.
It's going to be.
Weaseled it
in my mind, Rogue One is going to, like, you're going to see that movie end with like a massive explosion, and that massive explosion is going to be most of the heroes from that movie, from Rogue One, getting killed in the initial capture of Leia's ship in episode 4. I was going to say,
isn't this about them getting the Death Star plans, right?
The Death Star plans, yeah.
Which is funny because Shadows of the Empire extended universe this thing to death, right?
Flush it down the
toilet.
They
hint that those plans, I want to say in the movies even, they hint that those plans were purposefully let fall into the rebels' hands. Because that was always the Emperor's plan all along to get to them.
Yeah. Hey, Evo happened this weekend, and you know what I didn't? You know what I didn't do? Pay attention to any of it, other than the fact that one person I know competed and he did not win.
All right. So he was one of the 2017 teen 5000s. A lot of people.
Number.
Things did come out of there that I thought were fun.
They did.
2 more characters for Tekken 7, which I guess is now Tekken 7 Fated Retribution.
Fated Retribution. Tekken 7.
A Bob?
Sure.
Did you watch this?
I did not, because I see the name Bob and I'm like, well,
he's a fat dude in a Hawaiian shirt, Guy Fieri-esque.
Good.
If you will.
Bob Fieri.
But he's got a character intro trailer. It's just like he shows up, fat dude, and then it says Bob. And then he does some fighting. I'm telling you, this is game of the year.
Are you telling me that you're thinking about getting Tekken 7?
No, but I did realize that I think I like character reveal trailers for fighting games more than I like fighting games.
That's pretty good.
And I enjoy them. And Master Raven was the other one they revealed for Tekken 7.
Now, is he like, when you say Master Raven, is his name Raven and he's a master? Is he an actual Raven that is like the master? Like, does he like control ravens?
Because it's Tekken. You don't know if he's an actual animal, right?
I have no idea.
I think it's a girl, and I think, if I understand, Raven is from the series, and this is that Raven's master. So they called him her Master Raven. I don't know.
That's so Master Raven.
Thank you. Also out of Evo, they've decided to finally move ahead with Evo Japan, which seems like a good idea. I guess this was a thing before the Tohoku earthquake back in 2011, which pretty much canceled it and put it on the back burner from there on out. But whatever. Evo Japan.
Evo Japan announced more at TGS.
Yes.
The Tokyo Game Show.
Tokyo Game Show. If you do pay attention to Evo, you will know about this guy named Infiltration.
He infiltrated my heart.
He won the Street Fighter V segment.
He punched people with buttons and won.
Dead Rising.
Your game. You love it.
I do love this game. Dead Rising 1 is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 2 off of the record coming to PS4 and Xbox One. That's kind of probably also PC. I'm guessing the messaging is weird somewhere.
Yeah, I think they're all coming to PC. They're all coming to all three.
They're all coming to all three.
I am interested in going back to the first game.
Yeah.
I don't know that I will, but I'm interested in it.
These are my choices. Go back to the first game. I did enjoy. Or play Dead Rising 2 off the record, which I never played.
True.
And I want to say Dead Rising 2 off the record has online if they continue.
It does. And I actually bought the game, and I think I may even have the disc.
I bought the game too, and then sold it because I never played it.
Well, I'll be down to play some of that too.
DTF.
DTF. Down to fire.
I added this thing about Rock Band 4. Did you see it?
Rock Band Rivals.
They released more information about Rivals. It's an asynchronous multiplayer offering. You join groups of friends called crews. Your crew competes against other crews in a rivalry. Any of this ringing a bell? The other thing they announced is, and there's a trailer for it, the Rock You Drama. A documentary that tells the story of your band, part Spinal Tap, part VH1's Behind the Music. In fact, it's called Beneath the Tunage.
That's pretty brilliant. I kind of like that. That's fun.
In theory.
It could be fun.
And then you watch the trailer.
And then it's not fun?
Well, so I have two issues. First is that they call it the first playable rock documentary. Unless you don't count, or if you don't count, the playable documentary they did for Beatles Rock Band. The harmonics themselves did.
That's true. That whole game was a documentary.
Yeah, there wasn't any talking, but it was chronological, and I thought it was beautiful and amazing.
Yeah, it followed their career, and it showed what their career was.
Yeah, kind of like a documentary would.
Kind of.
I get that it's different, but also
You're being pedantic.
I'm being pedantic. But you know what? This made me think about Behind the Music, which I thoroughly enjoy as a show, actually.
It was a good show. Yeah, I liked it. I also would like you to know that I recently was at my local Super Target and noticed that they had multiple bands in a box for $100.49.
No kidding, really?
$149.
Man, that is $100 cheaper than I spent on it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But it's also like 2 months after, so.
Yeah. Thanks.
At least
whatever. It's been, what is that? November. That came out last year.
Yeah, it came out. It came out a while ago. So.
If you pre-order this video game, on Amazon, you will get Maroon 5's One More Night and Matchbox 20's 3 a.m.
So what happens if I don't pre-order it?
So I guess don't pre-order it.
Can I have them not?
Yeah. We need to record that call to Amazon that's like, hey, I want to pre-order this game.
But I don't want those.
Yeah, can you not? Is there any way to like get out of the Maroon 5 and the Matchbox 20? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even asking for anything in replacement. I just don't want those sent to me. Like that's just an affront to my email.
Right. To which they answer, "Oh yeah, that's a SKU we actually have and are selling a ton of." Click. Hey, I didn't read up on this, so tell me about the Xbox One S.
Okay. There's going to be Xbox Ones. They're called Slims, or S's. They cost money. It will be released on August 2nd. The 2 terabyte version is going to cost $399 of your dollars. They will release smaller hard drive versions later on. 1 terabyte at $349, 500 GB for $299. Everything else you've heard, you already know. Do you know that it's...
This is the Super Xbox.
4K HDR, bibbidi bobbidi boop.
All right.
Nothing. They just finally gave a date for it, August 2nd.
Yeah, that's yeah. Okay.
That's the big news. The bigger news was
and if you pre-order it, you get Maroon 5's entire back catalog
on CD, DVD, Blu-ray, Apple iTunes, Microsoft Zune, tattooed.
Okay. This is not the only console type thing.
This thing upsets me for an unreasonable manner.
No, I think we might be on the same page here. Do you go for the Nintendo is coming out with a mini NES. You've all heard about it already. It's somebody somewhere that doesn't usually play games or played games 30 years ago has posted something about it on Facebook, and you saw it.
Yeah.
It's a mini NES. It comes with 30 games. The game list is actually, it's a really good lineup.
Yeah, Ice Climbers, Bubble Bobble, Legend of Zelda.
Some of them
Super Mario
not
Brothers.
even on the Virtual Console.
Yeah. Kid Icarus is in there. I mean, just Star Tropics, I think, is in there.
Yeah, that was one of the deep cuts. One of the deeper cuts. I
yeah,
guess.
some crazy stuff on there. Here's why I'm not interested in this.
Balloon Fight.
Balloon Fight. I love Balloon Fight, actually. It comes out on November 11th. I totally get where people are going to come from. I know the people that are going to buy this, and it's going to be great, and they're going to love it. And it's
all
perfect.
Of the Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, and it's cool. It is cool. I just can't play an emulated version of that stuff. I want the cartridge. I want an actual Nintendo. I don't want 30 games on one Nintendo. I want my carts. I want... Because it's not the same game. No matter how many times you emulate it, it's not the same game.
Well, it's got... This is... The connector is an HDMI connector, too, which was semi-surprising to me, actually.
Yeah, that was also a little...
But welcome. Like, if these are up-res to... Good, like, I love... up-res NES games because they can up-res in a one-to-one way where it's literally just made the pixels huge and high definition. Yeah. I don't know if this is going to do that exactly, but I would hope so with the HDMI. Though that stuff looks really good. Like, I love the look of that stuff. That's cool. That's fun.
Fair enough.
The thing, and I think we are along the same lines, is that this thing, like, it took off and it's great and it is cool. Even though it's not new. Like, Atari's been doing stuff like this for forever. Like, remember the one that was just a joystick that you plugged into your TV? And all the games were on the... Was that the first one?
That was the first one I ever saw.
Still cool. Like, that's a fun idea.
Well, and then there's the Coleco one. I sent you a Genesis one.
Yeah, you did, actually.
You know,
which I'm going to play. You'll see.
I don't believe you.
But the stuff that was coming out of this, like, oh, man, like, what if they allow you to download more games onto this? You know, what if they... what was the other one that was out there? I forget. All this really, like... I don't know where... Like, it would have been cool, but you realize this is from Nintendo. Well, not only is not what it is, this is from Nintendo. Like, they're like, what if this stuff has stuff that the Wii U barely has? And I'm like, it's probably not.
You mean like the internet? No.
Yeah. Calm down. That's all I'm saying. Just relax. Calm down a little bit. This there has been some questions asked though. So if you're still holding out hope for stuff like that, this will not play NES carts. In fact, if you look at the picture, that little NES lid, I'm gonna guess it does not even open.
And if it does, it probably just has like 2 middle fingers that pop out and go. They're like all springy.
Star Tropics. The NES controllers that come with it are faithfully redone and very cool for doing that, and will work with your, I want to say Wii and Wii U.
Wii U for sure.
So that part is cool. It's not the same connector as your old NES.
And you can actually, I think you can actually use the Wii U's classic controller for it too.
Oh, on this thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sure. That type of interoperability is good, English. But there's no like storage or removable or otherwise, or that they're talking about anyways. It does not support expanded memory, I should say. It does have a USB port, but only in that it connects to the AC adapter, it says. no plans to ever release another game. There's no download capabilities here. This is it.
This is very cool if you want to play any of the 30 games that are on there, but that's all it is.
Yeah.
Plug and play.
I wouldn't hope for much more else, I guess, what I'm saying.
I don't hope for anything anymore.
Hey, 0HITPOINTS.com.
Other than death. Sweet, sweet release of death. Did you know the first game I ever got a refund on was Hitman? And on tomorrow, you can kill Gary Busey in Hitman.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah, they did a thing where it was a vote. You could vote for Gary Busey or Gary Cole.
And somehow Gary Busey...
Of course Busey was going to win that. I totally thought Cole should have won it because Cole's way more fun. But
yeah, I guess I know you and Hitman have a history.
A history of sadness.
But I really like this idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's fun. The new elusive target, the wild card, aka Gary Busey.
They're calling that's the name of it. The mission. The elusive target is the weekly target they put out, right?
I don't remember if it's weekly or if it's like bi-weekly or whatever, but it is, yeah, there's like it's a timed
I want to say it's weekly because the wild card starring Gary Busey lasts a week. So I don't know. They have a new one every week. But this one specifically lasts till the 28th, I want to say.
There we go. On July
it's July. No, you had it. It's this
July
thing now.
July 22nd, Starbound drops for PC, PS4, Xbox One. The 25th, this is just a great name, Quadrilateral Cowboy.
I want to say it's a
PC
hacking game. Yeah, it's coming out.
It's quadrilateral. On the 26th, Headlander.
Yeah, did you watch the trailer? It's a new Double Fine game.
I did not.
Well, you should. It's fun.
It's coming for the PC and PS4.
It's got a real
makes
70s sci-fi aesthetic.
I do like that.
About an astronaut whose head moves, flies, and lands. Thus,
Headlander.
There you go.
Huh.
It's a good trailer.
Also on July 26th, Hyper Light Drifter for PS4, Xbox One, and finally on the 26th, Minecraft Story Mode Episode 7, Access Denied for all consoles
anything
and
that
PCs
exists anywhere ever.
And then next, I will tell you the games that I will play, and I will probably mostly be playing Pokemon Go, maybe a little bit of Overwatch, but my son is in town.
Oh, okay, all right, I guess that's all right.
Yeah, so I'm probably not going to be playing a ton of games this week. I don't even know what we are going to play for a het play, but we'll play something.
We have
Rainbow Sex.
So after our talk about the ABCs of murder the other day,
but the ABCs of death.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what it was. Did I watch the movie or did you?
I did.
Okay, that explains why I got it wrong.
Okay.
What if we do the ABCs of video games? Just work our way down our shared backwards compatible or just our shared library games that you have that I have.
Oh yeah, that sounds. All right, so game this week will be Aegis Wing.
You're right.
That's
Dang it, it will. You pulled that out, didn't you? Okay, well we'll fine tune it. We'll fine tune it. We'll work on it.
We're gonna do the
workshopping the idea here. Come on.
We're gonna do the ABCs of video games, but out of order and not using ABCs in any meaningful manner.
Bingo.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. Munge.
Jeez.
Did you watch it?
No, and I didn't look it up either. You told me not to look it up.
Don't look it up, but don't look up the word, but watch if you want to see the most disgusting thing, watch the video of it.
No, that's sold. Yeah. If you want to see the most disgusting thing, don't look up the name.
Don't look up the word
beforehand. Yeah.
Just go to YouTube and look up ABCs of Death. Munge.
Sure. Okay.
I'll send it to you.
I don't know. I'm gonna play some games this week too.
Are you? Because you keep threatening to do this, and over the past few weeks, your Monday video says different.
You know what I've had my eyeball on? That's on sale. The Solus Project. You heard of that?
I do recall the SOLAS. SOLUS.
Maybe.
Yeah, I recognize the name. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, okay. It's like a. I've seen some. It's mixed reviews, which is why I didn't get it so far. But there's like No Man's Sky comparisons out there, or since you can't play this with normal people and you have an Xbox One, maybe think about this thing.
Oh
It's
man, I
a
can't wait for that.
walking simulator-ish. I don't know.
We're on iHeartRadio now.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
side stuff. Your Friday video's up. My Monday video's up. Might be a Tuesday video today, especially since I'm going to have like a zillion hours after we're done recording this, because it's not even noon.
Yes, it is.
Instantgram videos are up, unfortunately. But yes, also the podcast. I don't know if we ever mentioned that it's I'm putting them out on YouTube now. So if that's your thing of choice,
Because if you want to watch a podcast, you should.
but also we're going to show up on iHeartRadio here pretty soon,
Yeah,
and quite possibly SoundCloud.
Quite.
Yeah,
Basically-
we're expanding. Expanded universe right here.
Yeah, this is the EU. We are going to trash in a few years.
Yeah, at some point we're going to disavow all of it. So don't
Yeah.
worry.